views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. And now, here's Dee.
Hello, all you amazing, fabulous, incredible, magnificent, so very loved, and darn sexy people. I'm excited. I am so excited for this show today. We are busting through new, incredible information, and I am excited. First of all, if you did not hear the last webinar, I'm telling you, you should go. You know, I always suggest you go, but I'm telling you, you really should go. And when you do, you will get Dana Wiles' 6-point training downloads for Train the Brain. You guys call me and go, how do I, Dee? I'm telling you, this is going to open up a lot of stuff. And I know a lot of you called because this is a spiritual show. And I am telling you what Ramtha said in Ramtha the White Book: when we use our entire brain, we will be God. And the brain and science and spirituality are merging into a beautiful fountain of forthcoming information. Wow, that was poetic, huh? Oh, I kind of like that. All right, so I strongly suggest that it's called Train Your Brain for 2016 Success. If you scroll down on the homepage, you will find it. Now, moving on to our next webinar, Dr. Gloria Kay, who was here with us last year, is going to be doing this next webinar with me, but it's already expanded beyond what we had imagined. And you will see with some of the information that's coming through. What I'm beginning to learn is what our work has been doing is scientifically, energetically, taking the memory of the beliefs. I want you to listen to these words. The memory of the beliefs that are locked within ourselves, releasing them and reprogramming them. Okay, so basically this information is going to lead us to literally how we can more quickly and more efficiently turn things around. And I love the synchronicity of all of this. As you know, I told you I'm reading The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton, and then I find Dana, and then I find Gloria, or they find me, would have been a better way to put it. And that's what ask and ye receive means spiritually. In science, that means what you focus on is expanded and created in your life, right? So I'm really excited that these worlds are coming together because there's a part of us that needs to know it's not just namby-pamby and happenstance, right? Sometimes the prayer works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, why? Sometimes the affirmation works and sometimes it doesn't. Well, why? Well, we've had the information around that for a long time, and of course it has to do with the belief system that's ingrained in you. But what I want you to hear is the memory of the cells have been with you since the term they gave me. I'm sure there's a more scientific term, but the term that they gave me are our baby cells, the cells from the beginning of us. And during a private, I was directed with the person on the private to claim for 7 days the cocktail, which is the first 5 statements, around the direction of cells to shift the memories of the beliefs within the cells that is not in alignment with divine love. Now, it's going to take too much time for me to go over what the first 5 things are on sheet 1. I've dedicated the whole e-blast Monday to writing all this out for you so that you can join us. I'm asking you to join us. I'm asking you for 7 days around the statement that I just read you that's in the e-blast to claim the cocktail around it, which is also written out for you. So I'm sharing part of the first sheet with everybody. Okay? I'm asking for your participation in this. You want to see a world with more peace and love and joy and flow. Participate. Step forward and participate. Our next webinar is on February 17th. It's also on the homepage of IamDWallace.com. It's just basically what we're into is reprogramming and reorganizing cells. But that's mental, physical, chemical, spiritual, interdimensionally, right? Anything that's not in alignment with divine love. And that even includes love, because love on this plane is often conditional. Okay? They gave me some statements along with this information. And guys, I want to remind you that all of this is so important because, as the channel pointed out, if we're worried about our health or worried about our money, we're not really able to focus on the bigger things that we're being called to participate in. Okay? So here are the beliefs, and I will say them once. They're kind of declarations or statements, if you will. If you've listened to Dana's amazing 6-part series that she gave us, this is one of the things she suggests, and these are the ones they gave me for today. Money is magnificent and marvelous. It's kind of lilting. Money is magnificent and marvelous. Tee-hee. Okay. I want to read 3 beliefs that that we are claiming the cocktail, and that's enough for you to hear right now because I'm claiming it. But the beliefs are: I believe I can't make money doing what I love. To replace that, money is magnificent and marvelous. I don't belong. I belong beautifully and bountifully. I love that one. I belong beautifully, bountifully. You know, you want to do it with a smile. You want to do it with a lightness. The third one is: when I am loved, I am sick. You know, no. We definitely do not want to have that belief buried in ourselves. Now, sick, remember, is mental, physical, spiritual, chemical, cosmic, dimensional, emotional, right? So as it's written in the core beliefs, it's when I'm loved, I'm depressed, but they changed it to sick. And the highest claim around that is love is laughter. Love is laughter. I love that one. And this one literally came in as I was sitting, waiting to come on to the call. I am not aligned with Source. Any of you that are having back problems, shoulder problems, neck problems, that's all about alignment, right? I am not aligned with Source. And the positive is I am awesomely aligned with Source. Okay, the big important piece of information left is that I want you all to consciously direct your chakras to open, and you may have to do this several times a day. They have been pointing out through all of our private sessions, which have been unbelievable, I must say, that we believe our chakras are open because we're feeling good. That's not necessarily a sign that our chakras are open. So remember, you have 7 chakras in your body. You have chakras below, you have chakras above, and you have chakras front and back, right? So you want to direct all your chakras to be open, paired, spinning in the right direction, and balanced. Open, repaired, spinning in the right direction, and balanced. This information came through because I was really looking at a physical thing and saying, okay, what do I have to direct my cells to know? What memory do I have to replace, right? And so that's the awesomely aligned with Source. And I said, okay, is that all? Nope. Well, all right, tell me what else you have to open your chakras. And they took me through the whole thing. So I'm sharing that with you, your choice as to whether you want to do that. If you're really walking your talk and you really want to move forward, you will take advantage of all the things that I've just offered you. And that is taking action. You see, you think taking action is going out and working harder. And the biggest action you can take is the action within you. Okay, I want to read a very short, where'd it go? Depression has been up for a lot of people. And I was at an event yesterday, and a woman happened to be talking to me about her daughter and her depression. And then I had a break, and I went out to start reading The Biology of Belief, and, of course, the next page goes into depression. And I want you to hear this because I want you to hear how important it is to do this work, and I'm asking everybody to join me in this work here, to do this work around reorganizing, replacing, reprogramming the memories of the beliefs within ourselves. This is how powerful your mind is. So they're talking about depression, and they're talking about placebos. And placebos, you probably heard it most frequently as the sugar pill, you know, in test groups where some people are given the real medication and some people are just given placebos. Okay. In the treatment of depression, placebos are stars. So much so that psychiatrist Walter Brown of the Brown University School of Medicine has proposed placebo pills as the first treatment for patients with mild or moderate depression. Patients would be told that they're getting a remedy with no active ingredient, but that shouldn't dampen the pill's effectiveness. Studies suggest that even when people know they're not getting a drug, the placebo pills still work. In a 2002 article in the American Psychological Association's Prevention and Treatment, The Emperor's New Drugs, University of Connecticut, psychology professor Irving Kirsch found that, listen, 80% of the effect of antidepressants as measured in clinical trials could be attributed to the placebo effect. Kirsch had to invoke the Freedom of Information Act in 2001 to get information on the clinical trials of the top antidepressants. These data were not forthcoming from the Food and Drug Administration. The data shows that in more than half of the clinical trials for the 6 leading antidepressants, the drugs did not outperform the placebo sugar pills. I mean, you know, a long time ago I brought to your attention this surgeon who did knee surgery, and he wanted to find out what his most powerful part of his surgery was. And to make a long story really short, he created kind of an act where he put people under and he would make the incisions, and then he would make the sound of the water washing, and then he would sew up the knees. And there was as much success rate as the people who didn't really have the surgery as the people who really had the surgery because they thought they'd had the surgery. That's the power of your mind. So if we are truly, truly going to shift our lives, my beautiful people, you can't wait. You can't wait for something outside of yourself. You are the miracle. You are the miracle that can shift your mind, your beliefs, your memories, and everything. We're bringing forward positive, easy ways for you to do that. So I am asking you to ask yourself, gosh, how can I take advantage of all of this wonderful stuff? How can I encourage myself to really embrace this so that I finally get on a consistent basis what I say I want? Okay, if you want to talk to the channel, press 1, and Stephen will get you into the queue. And we're going to start with Jeannie in Utah. Hi, honey, you're on.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I feel kind of selfish here, but I just wanted to get kind of just a reading on what's going on because it just seems tumultuous, anxious. I've had a lot of family things going on, but I'm also concerned about my own health. So I just kind of wanted to see if there was anything you saw.
Well, your own health is because you're so worried about everybody else. In a nutshell, it was as clear as day. So I would look at the belief, Jeannie, I have to give up myself, or I have to kill myself. I have to kill off my cells. I have to kill off my nurturing. I have to kill off me in some way to take care of everybody else. And there's a lot of people on the calls that are sharing this with you.
Oh, my gosh. That is so true.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work anymore, guys. It does not work. Do you understand you're killing yourselves trying to save people who don't want to be saved? They didn't sign up. They didn't sign up for, I got to change my mind. I got to be proactive. I got to do something for myself. Jeannie can't do it for me. Dee can't do it for me. God can't do it for me. Oh, my God, I got to get busy here. This is all up to me. How exciting is this? No, they didn't sign up for that. Did you all? Because I'm thinking you either did or you're on the fence if you called into this show. Because if something isn't calling you to wake up about all this, you wouldn't be here. And yes, 2016 has started off quite tumultuous for many of us, myself included, because our biggest opportunities to move forward are being presented to us right now. It's like, hey, guys, you got all the information. You did a lot of the work this year. Now move. So, Jeannie, bless them, support them, be there for them, but never at the expense of you.
Okay.
That's martyrdom.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. Well, so did your religion teach you that martyrdom was a great thing, that was an honorable thing?
I don't know. It was Catholicism.
Well, then, yes, it did. And who did they want you to martyr yourself for most? The church. Doesn't work anymore. That's not what God taught. God taught these things and more. As powerful as I am, you can go out and do the same thing. And even more if you guys would just get this creation thing. And then the church says, oh, no, you're a lowly piece of dog do, and you can't even sit at the feet of God. And God's going, geez, I never said that. So you got to choose, guys. You got to choose. Are you moving into your own power to glorify the creative force? Or are you going to sit here and be martyrs and victims and demean the understanding of what the creative force is? The creative force is here for you to create. It will not judge you. It will allow you to create your poor health because you're giving yourself up, and it will allow you to create yourself as victorious while you help and support other people, but never at the expense of you. It's time to choose, Jeannie. Okay, I know that's tough love, but that's exactly what they're giving me. You got it?
No, I do. Thank you.
Okay. Love you, babe. Mean it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so guys, we're going to come together and claim as a community and a group here, no matter when you're listening to this call, what we want, what we need in the highest way with the highest understanding is coming forward during the rest of this call. We're in agreement, so everybody agree with that, please. Okay, thank you. We're going to Patty in Santa Monica. Hi, honey.
Hi. Great call. Thank you. I want to know, I gave my power away by dealing with a situation, and I want to know, how do you know when you're giving your power away?
Well, first of all, they're saying, when you said I gave my power away, they're going no. Can you tell me, can you just outline slightly what it was?
Well, I was taught, it was like my abundance slowed down, and then it was someone that made comments about my, making fun of me behind my back kind of thing. And I just stopped talking to her. And so just by not talking, I felt like, okay, I was cutting off that situation.
Okay, that's why they wanted to stop it. Patty, you gave your power away the moment you went into reaction and listened to her.
Okay.
It's like, excuse me, don't you know? Do you still not know? Are you still listening to all of them who are going to keep giving you your old beliefs that are in yourself? They're going to keep mirroring that to you, so you can go, nope, that's an old belief. I am whatever they gave us this morning. Let's see, what did they give us? I am awesomely aligned with Source, and money is magnificent and marvelous, and I'm the creator of that, and thanks for sharing, but bye-bye.
Okay.
You see, that's where we give our power away, is when we go into fear and forget that we're the creation of all of our creation. And whenever you go into reaction, that is a perfect moment to go, aha, this is a moment where I can lose my power or hold on to my power and celebrate it.
And it's all about getting back to and centering myself.
Absolutely, and claiming what you know, baby.
Right.
Claiming what you know and what you want, and the direction of yourselves. Say, no, this is the new memory of the belief that I want you to have right now. I am awesomely creating me.
Cool.
So, it's like moldy bread. That person was still in the refrigerator and you just hadn't thrown it away yet.
Yep.
Okay?
Can I ask you one other thing? I
Yes.
found a lump on my stomach. Is there any guidance regarding that?
That's weird. They're going no. Did you call Dr. Gloria?
I did. Yes, I did. And I have an appointment. I had a CAT scan on Friday, and I get the results on Tuesday, and I just happened, some plates hit my stomach when I was pulling them out of the cupboard, and I felt this, and it's a lump left of my sternum, and it really, really hurts. And so it was a shock to me. I didn't even know it was there.
I'm getting nothing, but they're saying you see this, this is like the moldy bread person.
Okay.
You're giving your power to the fear of the lump instead of automatically bringing yourself back from the fear, right? And
okay.
I would start creating some awesome, fun statements about health. I am hysterically healthy.
Okay.
Okay, yes. You see, anything that makes you laugh, Patty.
Yes.
Okay.
I love you, Dee. Thank you so much.
I love you too, sweetheart. You can do this. And
I asked for a movie and a song, and I got Here Comes the Sun and Joy.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
And you've come so far, Patty, so far. I mean, you were such a victim when you first called in here. You can see how far you've come, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But what I want everybody to hear is that literally what we're getting to move through now is the huge, fabulous, incredible freedom part of releasing the memories of all these beliefs in ourselves so that the water of us doesn't have to carry them ever again into any other lifetime. It's pretty awesome when you think about it.
Amen.
Amen, sister. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you. Mwah.
Okay, we're going to Jay in Canada. Hi, honey, you're on.
Hey, Dee. Welcome to the year. Thanks so much for taking my call. It's good to hear from you again and see you.
Yeah, indeed. What's up?
Hey, you know that I was talking about a course that I took, and I finally actually did decide to take that 7-month yoga course, and if I did take the plunge and do it, actually, so.
Okay, why do I get a no? When you say
really,
you did the course, I get a no.
No, I actually did the course. I'm doing the course right now, actually.
Okay, so you're in it.
I'm in it.
Okay.
I'm in the game
right
now.
What's nice is that just tells you how accurate the pendulum is.
I know your pendulum. I've seen it before.
Sweetheart?
My question is that to keep the momentum going, I'm really on a roll on this one, and all the different cards are showing up. This is a great thing. So what is it necessary to keep the momentum going for the next 6 months, actually?
Well, the joy of what you're doing. You know, in that question comes the fear, I'm afraid the momentum's going to fall out again. And the phrase they're giving me for everything, there is a season. So we're used to going, well, as long as I get checks, the momentum's going. As long as, you know, the opportunity, as long as a lot of shit's happening, blah, 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 the momentum's going. And they're going, you know, for everything there is a season. Sometimes there's momentum. Sometimes there's rest. Sometimes there's quiet reflection. All of that goes toward the creation process. It's all a part of it, right? A runner will tell you, any Olympic athlete will tell you, the rest in between the workout is as important as the workout, right?
Yeah.
So the easiest answer is just to hold the intention. You know, I am always beautiful, balanced. What word did you use? Momentum.
Well,
I am beautiful and balanced momentum. Direct what you want. Don't ask. You see, that's one of the things Dana kept saying. The problem is never the problem. The problem is that we keep talking about the problem.
Yeah.
You want to talk only solution. You want to talk only beautiful, happy, joyful solution creation. Right? If you're going to ask yourself a question, ask it in the way that you can get the highest, most joyful answer. Right?
Right.
Okay. So just know that from the past there's a little fear that you're going to lose momentum in your creative process. That's not going to happen if you don't fear that it's going to happen. And you can't keep looking to the past because the past is what we are recreating and reorganizing within ourselves. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. You got it?
I got it.
Okay. Thanks for calling in. Great to hear from you, Jay.
Love to hear from you again. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're going to Carla in New Jersey. Again, if you want to talk to the channel, press 1. Hi, sweetheart. What's up?
Well, first of all, I wanted to say what you're doing is fabulous. Honestly, I love everything you do, and you're just like expanding so much yourself that it helps the rest of us to really like jump on board and expand as well.
And I am. You're right, I am.
At Christmas time, I hate Christmas in the past, and my goal was to really enjoy the holiday this year. So what I did was ask and you will receive. So I asked that I do home care with children birth to 3. So I asked that my caseload not increase, and I had like 5 kids in a week. It was just like the most marvelous thing you've ever seen in your whole entire life. I had like 5 kids. And I had a lot of time off. I was so organized for Christmas. I was just like on. I was just so happy. So my goal was to use some of my money from my savings because I wasn't really working that much. So my goal was January, I'm going to hit the floor running. I'm going to, just work, and still try to keep my happy place. Well, January comes, my whole caseload craps out. I have no patience.
Okay, well, this one's easy, Carla.
Oh.
This one's easy. Okay, so there's 2 things going on here. One is you have a belief that you can't make money doing what you love. My God, wasn't that one? Yes, I believe I can't make money doing what I love.
Okay.
Okay, now, we know you love working with the children, but you don't love overworking.
Yes.
And that's what you were explaining.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is go, I'm very clear about what I did. I said I don't want a heavy workload so I can enjoy Christmas, and I created that beautifully. And I loved it so much that I thought, wow, this would be nice to live here all the time. So what I'm really saying is I want to create more balance. I want a beautiful workload that I can still feel I live a balanced life doing, so that I really stay in this feeling of Christmas all the time.
Yeah.
Okay? That's all it is, baby. It's like a rebalancing, okay?
Okay.
You went all the way to the back of the bus from the front of the bus, and now you just have to kind of sit in the middle.
Yeah.
So that everything comes together.
Yes, because I'm like having panic attacks about like financial stuff now.
Oh, well, that'll really help.
I know.
That's not going to create, you see, because you don't believe you can make money doing what you love and have everything balanced. That's the key for you. I either got to kill myself or I got to give up money to be balanced, or right?
Yeah.
So it's your definition of balance that you really have to look at. Sit down, write out exactly what you want. I want this many cases, and make sure it's enough cases that you make more than enough, not just enough. Okay?
Yeah.
And you want balance, and you want the joy that you had at Christmas.
Yeah.
And that you believe that's possible.
Okay.
To create all of that. You don't have to know how. You just have to go, okay, I don't know how the frick the universe is going to do this one, but I believe it's possible. So I'm open to it. This is what I want.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I also wanted to thank you. Our private session, everything is working out, and I don't know how that is possible, but the problems that I had talked to you are just kind of like not really there that much anymore.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you for that little testimonial, Carla. And I want to hurry to show you that what we got to, you said, I don't know how it's possible, but it's all working. Well, you answered your own question about the question you called about today.
Yeah.
No, it's possible, guys.
Okay.
You know, we have been so flippin' taught from the beginning of time it's not possible. And our cells still have that going on. But we get to create the new world now. Okay?
Fabulous. Okay.
Wonderful, honey.
Thank you so much. Love you, Carla.
You too. Okay, and Charlene in California, you're on.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, sweetheart.
First, I have to tell you how fabulous you were on Supernatural. It was amazing.
Thank you. I had so much fun. Oh, my God, you guys.
I could tell.
If you can Hulu it or something, if you missed it, go back and watch Supernatural from last week. It just was such a fun role. And, you know, even in a role like that, which has kind of a horror humor genre to it, right? I'm seeing things like, no, you got to follow your heart and keep your heart open. I mean, you know, it's so amazing to me to watch both sides of what I do come together all the time anymore. It's just, first thing I say in my series, Just Add Magic, that's on Amazon Prime, is follow your instincts. I mean, it's kind of cool, you know. So thank you. And what can we do for you, darling?
A few months back in September, I had a really big decision I was making in regard to my son, and I made it was probably the biggest decision of his life, and I made a wrong choice. I received divine guidance to what the right choice was, but when it came in, I was on the phone and I didn't act on it in the moment, which has turned out to be the biggest mistake of my life.
Okay.
And
so
I had time.
They're going no. It's a little no, but they're going no. So there's more to discern around this, but I need more information.
Okay.
What happened? Can you just, without going into too much detail?
There was a choice about my son having jaw surgery, and it was going to change his face, and I received guidance, not that he didn't need it, but it left my memory. I had time to act on it when I got the guidance, but then it's like I had no memory at all of receiving the guidance.
Okay.
And prior to that, just a few weeks, something very similar happened, and I was moving in the direction of that right choice, and something very similar happened where I got turned around. It was like I forgot what I was doing, and it was almost like I had the steering wheel and somebody knocked me out and took over.
Okay. You're bringing in new information about what we're working on here, so I'm really excited. And they want to go into the difference between choice and decision. Sheets, book, song. Give me a movie.
I'm just drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
That's because you're trying to decide about a movie. Get out of your way and go into what we call choiceless awareness. I don't have a choice. I'm just aware in this moment. And they'll give it to you.
Okay.
So it's a movie. Any movie that drops in. Okay.
Oh.
So what we're dealing with, and this is what happens, you go into so much fear that you are not going to say the right thing or do the right thing or get the right message that you freeze. And when you freeze, you forget the moment. Jeez, gosh. That makes so much sense to things that I've been experiencing also lately. Okay, so then they're taking us to a core belief, because this is going to lead us to really what's in the cells, the memory of the belief that's in the cells. Here. Oh, my God. You know, when I do this work and stuff like this happens, you have to know you're in the channel. This is the core belief. My intellect and my heart can't integrate into the whole because I'm off balance within my feminine and my masculine energy. So basically, if I had to say that really simply, I go to my head to make decisions because I don't trust my heart, and so I go to my power place instead of my intuitive place. The good news is your intuitive place is coming through, but then you squelch it because the masculine power side takes over and says, no, go back to your mind. You know that's where you make decisions. And that teaching is literally, that belief is literally what's locked in ourselves. So we're going to give permission and direction and command to ourselves right now to allow that belief that says you can only make a decision from your mind and not your heart. You can only make a decision or the right decision not from your instinct but from figuring it out. Around that, we're claiming the cocktail, and I'm going to read the cocktail. Again, it's in the E-Blast. In the ionosphere and beyond, I am creation. I am the frequency of the balance of choice and creation in the radiation of my light. In other words, that's what I'm sending out into the universe, is the frequency of the balance of choice and creation. And I am the electrical charge. I am the electrical charge of the electromagnetic whole within the whole. I am the charge that creates. I am the power and the love and the joy and the choice. My heart is open. I claim this for all energy and all dimensions. And they would like to add, and my chakras are open, balanced, spinning in the right direction, and repaired. And so it is. Okay. So now, the next thing they want to say to you, Charlene, is guilt gets you nowhere.
I'm so racked with it, Dee. I don't even know how to move forward.
Well, yes, you do. You most certainly do. Do you have a love place?
Yes.
Okay. Then I want you to follow my directions and not question it and just go to your love place. Everybody just go to your love place. And just feel that love for a minute. Now, feel that love for yourself. Feel that love for whatever circumstance you're dealing with. Okay, Charlene, you cannot feel the fear and the guilt when you feel the love.
Right.
Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys, they keep giving you the tools, and then you say, I'm just so in fear, I don't know how to, but you do. You do know how to. You've got the red dot. You've got your love place. You know, you've got jumping up and down and saying, I'm so happy I trust my instincts. I'm so happy I trust my instincts. You've got a lot of tools. You've got the rants that Dana gave you on the webinar. You know, okay, so I'm feeling guilty. So, well, I know that's not going to get me anywhere. I know the guilt's just going to make everything worse. It's going to take me right out of. But I really am feeling guilty. But I know I don't want to feel guilty. So I guess I could just start with accepting that I feel guilty and accepting that I don't want to feel guilty. And so what would be my first little baby step? Where can I put my toe in the water out of guilt? And you start self-talking, or she calls it rants. And they work. You really can turn your whole energy around within minutes, but you got to choose to do it.
Okay. And okay. In the E-Blast, where is the information on
it will be
cocktail?
Coming out in Monday's E-Blast.
Okay.
Okay. It's all written out for you.
Okay.
Okay. And the webinar, the Dana's webinar is still up if you scroll down to the bottom, and the new webinar is in the first of the homepage. Everything's on the homepage for you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, darling. Thank you for bringing that information in.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and I'm so in the channel. If somebody really got that, Jan, if you're on the call, or Reva, can somebody email me what I just did with Charlene, because it's important. I've got a record of that for the webinar. Thank you so much for bringing that in, honey. And, you know, if you keep focused on the guilt, Charlene, you can't ask the important question, how can I create light and love out of this now?
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
And we're going to Susan in Texas. Hi, honey. You're on the air.
Hi, Dee. Well, I'm good. Actually, your producer just clicked me on when I signed on the call. I didn't know I was signing on for anything, but you had been talking about, you started the call about the mind training program, which I took. So
Good.
We're coming full circle, and I'm here to give the testimonial of it works, it works, it works.
Doesn't it? Go ahead.
All of these, you know, everyone speaking, I kept saying, do the mind training, because let me explain my situation that I'm in, and if you can even begin, because I don't go into stories, but 45-year marriage ended preceding in 2008 hurricane. I hit my house, destroyed it. Husband walked out Christmas. Lost a grandson. I mean, so boom, boom, boom. I'm dealing with a 20-year cancer thing, doing Gerson therapy, totally abandoned. My sons live overseas, so can't work. And I don't even know how I found you. I don't know, but I'm in that connection. I'm in that yes. I think on the other levels, that's how we connected, because I honestly don't know how I got to your program.
Well, and it doesn't matter, but the world, you know, the universe gets you here somewhere.
And that's what I want to validate for you all. If you will just stay, because I honestly, my son kept saying, Mom, how are you doing this? And I go, David, I don't go minute to minute. I go second to second, and I let guidance just lead me. And I'm talking about severe cancer. I'm talking about a severe, you know, where I'm in with the research doctors, not regular doctors, because they don't quite anyway. But so to get to the mind training, because that's really why I wanted to call in. This last week, for the last 3 weeks, my husband, soon to be, we went to mediation, and today, as of today, I'm supposed to be out of a third home that I've been in 30 years, reared 3 sons, and have 45 years worth of memories. And the last 3 weeks, has been sending emails threatening the marshals are going to be there on Monday. I'm getting dumpsters to throw everything in.
Okay, we got it, Susan. We got it. So,
I'm saying somehow I went to your mind thing, and you get that punch in the gut, and you have the choice to sit. Okay, it's an awareness, and I'll tell you one thing I've also been doing, which no one has really mentioned here indirectly, is what's right about this that I'm not seeing.
Yeah,
there's something
that's
in
what
the
I
greater
just said
divine.
to Charlene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You said it in a different way, and I'm telling you, I mean, if you can imagine, I have nothing to fall back on. I'm using the phone that my kids gave me. So and I'm in this space of allowance. That's the other thing. If you don't go to your head, and it's ironic, it's a mind training thing, so we tend to go to our head, but it's not about that. We're pioneers. That's what we really are. We're walking a journey that no one has walked yet. So we're and it excites me. I mean, I can go to the tragedy of all the things. I mean, the hardest time was when my grandson died.
The channel, Susan, the channel wants to give you a different perspective.
Good.
Are you ready?
I'm allowing.
It's
yes,
like,
yes.
My God, you're free. You've put every single thing in your life that's been burdening you.
I am.
You're free.
I know that.
And when you're free, everybody, you're at the 0 point. And when you're at the 0 point, you can create anything new.
Yep.
So That's
but
where the
please,
love and the light of the
really
situation
what
comes.
And what I really want to emphasize, don't be in that space, because I didn't question. I don't even know how I came up with paying for it. I don't know any of that. I don't have a memory of that. But I was in the yes, okay, and I'm doing it. And what else? And that's my energy where I direct it. But I just want to let everyone know, please. I think the webinar must have been free, right? Or
the webinar is $40, and she gave her 6-part CD training free to everybody.
For the webinar, not knowing. That amazing. I thought I listened to something free, and then I signed up for that webinar. How I got I don't know, but I have not. I'll tell you one thing I have not done yet. I haven't had the ability with the technology and my situation to actually download and start listening to what she gifted us. I'm only working on the webinar with Dee and Dana. And another thing, don't go to where am I doing this right? Don't get out of that. I just started ranting, and exactly what Dee was guiding us today on a situation. Just start, and it starts. You become a rapper and doing it.
Yeah,
you
do,
Try
and
to
it's
make it
easy
fun.
and it's fun.
And
fun. Susan, if you email me, I'll see if I can't help you, because her training is awesome. It's simple, but it brings so much stuff together that we've been doing in a different way. I have to take one more call, darling.
Well, I thank
you for your excitement.
I love this interaction. Thank you so much.
You bet, sweetheart. Thank you for calling in.
To everyone.
And just keep creating that new beautiful Phoenix life of yours. Bye-bye.
I am. Bye-bye.
I am. I love that. Linda, you're my last call, I think, today. We're about out of time. What's up, baby cakes?
Good morning, darling.
Good morning.
That's a curious thing. The last 2 Sundays, I kept pressing 1 to get in the queue, and it didn't work.
Well, I will have Stephen check on that, but you're here today.
Today I pressed 1. Yeah, today I pressed 1 and it worked. So that was really fascinating to me. So I'm in a good place, and I'm wondering if the channel has anything for me, considering the last 2 weeks when I wanted to talk to you, I couldn't get through.
It goes to no. There's one thing that you need to get into alignment about really being in a good place. Sheets, book. Give me a song, baby cakes.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Again, and there's been a little theme going on in this show, and Susan just recapped it really well. We've heard a lot. What if this was the first day of the rest of your life, right? If we are redirecting ourselves not to remember anything that is in alignment with divine love, we have got to literally be reborn. The memories of the beliefs that we carry have got to be washed away so that we are literally singing happy birthday to us in the first new rebirth of free energy to create with. And so whatever, they want to tell you specifically, sheets, book, song. Give me a movie, please.
Renegade.
Okay. That's the part of the belief within you that you still need to let go of. Is you're not a renegade, you're not a fighter. As long as you keep that belief in yourself, you will create things to fight for. Okay? That's resonating, I can hear.
Yeah, I don't want to fight anymore.
Around
I want to be a lover.
That we've talked about today. So we're free. We're free to create.
Free.
When we're free to create, we don't fight for anything. We're just free in the creation of us. And we're claiming the symbol and the formula and the violet flame, the golden light. I am divine love. I am free to create me joyously. And so it is.
And so it is.
What a perfect wrap-up, Miss Linda.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm glad you got on, baby.
Me too. Blessings.
Oh, my gosh. I feel like I've just run a marathon race and I want to keep running. Lord have mercy, what a show. Thank you, all of you, for participating and bringing in this wonderful information. Please, I'm asking, get the e-blast, do the claims for the 7 days that the channel is asking. Join us on the next webinar. You see when you participate how much information gets shifted and new information comes in for us. I love you guys. I love us. I love us. I love us. I love us. Until we meet again, love yourselves and love yourselves and love yourselves more, because you know that's what it's all about.
Thanks for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at imdwallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.